Good morning, everyone. It's our Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's doing fine. It's Thursday morning for me, and I hope it is a great day for you wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me today. Of course, guys, real pleasure to have you on board today. This lovely sunny day. I don't know what the weather is like where you are, but it's lovely and sunny where I am anyway. Thank you guys for joining me. Guys, before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into it, shall we? Now, there's been a lot of rumors around, hasn't there? I mean, nothing new to Manchester United, to be honest with you. Nothing new. Man United do have rumors, follow them around. You know what I mean? Like a bad smell, some might say. But Manchester United do have a lot of rumors around them in regards to transfers. And look, I'm looking at some of the transfer news. There was talks about Frimpong yesterday, about how we are in talks with Frimpong. Now, Frimpong has the option to sign for other clubs. I mean, there is Liverpool who are interested, amongst other clubs who are interested in Frimpong at the moment. Not just us, but other clubs around Europe are interested in Frimpong at the moment. And due to our circumstances, financially, not only financially, the fact that we are not confirmed to be in the Champions League, we got to win the Europa League. And if you were a player looking at for the outside, you're looking in from the outside and you're looking, are Man United going to qualify for the Champions League? Can Man United qualify for the Champions League? And you look at that and you think to yourself, if you were a player, would Man United be your first choice? If you're not a Man United fan, what's the incentive to sign for Manchester United at the moment? The only thing we can throw at them is the project, is the future, what we're going to do. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Of course, it's all hearsay and hypothetical and what is, if not, if this, and if you are a player like Frimpong, would you want to jump on board a project which has been quoted 5-year project? Would you want to do that? Now, look, if Manchester United qualify for the Champions League, it will obviously help our cause enormously. I mean, if we win the Europa League, it doesn't only bring a vibe to the club in regards to, from the outset on an international, continental level, people will look at Manchester United and think, wow, Man United are going places. They won the Europa League. And people ignore the fact that we come bottom half of the table. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully we move up the table. But people will ignore the fact that we come second half of the table. And most likely, it'd be more attractive proposition. In particular, the fact that we'll be in the Champions League. This is very, very important, of course. Now, Jeremy Frimpong, of course, I did say that once Trent Alexander leaves, Liverpool will be interested in Frimpong. And lo and behold, they are interested in Frimpong. They're interested in bringing Frimpong to the football club. It doesn't matter if you play a 4-4-2. It doesn't matter if you play a 4-3-3. It doesn't matter if you play a 3-4-2-1 like Ruben Amorim. Frimpong is a great ammunition. He's a great player to have in your squad, into your team. Attacking wise, he's absolutely phenomenal, and he can defend as well, subject to popular belief. So he is a player that Manchester United could quite possibly miss out on if a couple of things don't happen. If Manchester United don't seal a deal with Frimpong, if don't have a gentleman's agreement with Frimpong, if we don't approach Frimpong, right, or if we don't qualify for the Champions League, Man United are in huge danger of missing out on a player like Frimpong. Now, people will throw at me, they will tell me that, there's other players around the world. And of course there is. Of course there is other players around the world. There is, but those players represent a risk. Frimpong, for me, represents a very good player on that side that fits Ruben Amorim's system perfectly. You can think about Braga player, Fernandes, of course, the Fernandes Braga player. Good up-and-coming player. Great. You know what I mean? Will it work, though? Will it work? Is he that good? Is he better than Dalot? And that is what I'm saying. Frimpong is better than Dalot in that position. A lot better. And, I would say that it will be a big miss for Manchester United. If we let one of our rivals in Liverpool get that player, it would really, really disappoint me in regards to many things, of course. Let's read some of your comments, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Of course, let me just get it up here. Big up Sanjay, the legend. Sanjay, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to you. Big up Saeed. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Long time no see, mate. Long time no see. Good morning, Alex. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Shah. What's going on, my friend? Matt. Morning, Sal. Simple welcome. Yeah, I mentioned them yesterday, mate. I showed it yesterday on the show. Shah, was you here? Was you here, Shah? I mentioned them yesterday on the show. I showed you the tweet and everything. Yeah. Look, I would say that, you know what I would say is a number of things is that why are they attacking Garnacho for? Why are they attacking a player that is ready and available every single game? There are far more pressing issues at Manchester United than Garnacho. Why is Garnacho being made the scapegoat here? That's what I wanted to say. That's what I think. You know, why is he being made to be the brunt of the criticism? I don't understand it. There's players like Mason Mount. There's players like Luke Shaw. There's players like, you know, there's many players in that team. I don't want to mention too many, but there is many players in that team that deserve the criticism more than Garnacho. Do you know what I mean? Garnacho's a 20-year-old, you know, playing every single week, ready and available every single week to fight the call, just like Bruno. People can say what they like about Bruno, but Bruno is there every single week playing football. Why are we calling out players like that? You know what I mean? There are players that have been injured all season. Mainu's been injured. Ahmed's been injured all season. Why are we only targeting one player in Garnacho? Why is he consistently being targeted by Man United, by ex-pros, by legends and stuff like that? You know, in regards to Paul Parker, I was old enough to remember when Paul Parker played for Manchester United, and he was very fortunate to play in the era when Manchester United were really good. You know, I said Paul Parker back then, Paul Parker was a little bit short in my, you know, it was short. He was a short player. And I remember him getting cooked by Leeds United away from home. And I remember him saying, look, you know what? Paul Parker's just not good enough. You know what? At the end of the day, you know, as I said yesterday, the most important thing to do in criticism, you have to have a balance about things. You have to have a neutral sort of ground here in regards to positives and negatives, right? There's always a negative coming out of these pros' mouth, ex-pros' mouth. There's always a negative. There doesn't seem to be that middle ground, you know what I mean, where we're going to get a positive and a negative, and we're going to balance it out a little bit. You need to have a little bit of a subjective conversation here. Something that, you know what I would like an ex-pro to come out. If they were going to speak about Garnacho, I would like an ex-pro to come out and say, you know, Garnacho, fair play to him. He's only 20 years old. He's played a lot of games for Manchester United, a lot of pressure on him playing for Manchester United in this environment, in a toxic environment that is Manchester United. I mean, as we know, Manchester United have had takeover issues, problems with the fans and the ownership. So to come into a club like Manchester United, it's extremely difficult, especially a young player like Garnacho. But fair play to Garnacho. But my biggest criticism of Garnacho, I would urge Garnacho to concentrate on his game and don't worry about outside influence, because it's quite obvious that the outside influence has affected his game. So I would say to him, you know what? Concentrate on your game, improve, and become the great player we all expect you to be. And that is what Paul Parker should have said, rather than saying that he let his family down. He let his family down. Mate, he's playing for Manchester United at 20 years old. How's he let his family down, pal? I mean, come on, mate. You know what I mean? I know you don't want to come on any of these streams. I know you don't want to come on real streams like myself. You don't want to come on these streams. By all means, come on this stream and explain to me why you said those things about Garnacho. Why? Tell me. Come on. Statistically, Garnacho's been great this season. We could talk all day, 16 goals and assists this season. We could talk all day about, you know, the birds and the bees in regards to facts. But you know what? I just feel like it's a cheap shot again. And they need to stop targeting players that, you know what, have not even reached their potential. Do you know what I mean? I would say that, absolutely. Good morning, Kenny. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Shah. Big up for your comment. First things first, always Glazers out. Absolutely side. Glazers out all day. Glazers out, Glazers out, Glazers out. F the Glazers, F the Glazers. And you know what? If Jim Ratcliffe is sleeping with the Glazers, F him too at the end of the day. But one thing I would say is that Ineos and the whole shebang in behind the scenes are on fraud watch. I mean, we know the Glazers are frauds, but Ineos, let's take Ineos, for example. In the summer, they are on fraud watch. Let's see if they really want success on the pitch. Let's see if they really, truly want success on the pitch. Look, I'm not saying that Ineos have to go out there and spend 120 million on one player. I'm talking about how many players they're going to bring in, how many players are going to leave the football club. Now, that could be 10 million players, 50 million players, 2 million players, 30 million players. in regards to price tag. But, as long as I get the feeling that they've scouted this player and this player is the next big thing, a little bit like Dorgu, and he's good. Price doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter how much the player costs. It doesn't matter if he's a household name, as long as he's a player that is going to improve Manchester United. Absolutely. Big up, Zaid, of course. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Pearl. What's going on, you legend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see Pearl. Big up yourself, of course. Zaid, did you see Malaga on the brink of administration? Qatar are buying them. That was the only way the Rongans Glazers were going to sell United. Did you see Malaga on the brink? Malaga were on the brink of administration a long time ago, Zaid. Now, I don't know if they're still on the brink of bankruptcy. But what I would say is that, Qatar bought PSG. PSG didn't win a title in 22 years. And now they're smashing it. They're in the latter stages of the Champions League every single season, semi-finals, finals, all the time, and eventually they're going to win it. And the only reason why PSG have not won the Champions League, and let me tell you this, the only reason why they have not won the Champions League is because they play in a weak league. And when you play in a weak league, what happens? You get used to your opposition. Bit like Scotland, right? You get used to your opposition. The opposition is weak. So when you go into the Champions League, you realize, damn, look at the quality here. We're playing every single week. We're playing good. Whereas in the Premier League, you could play Brighton. You're going to get a tough game. You could play Tottenham. You're going to get a tough game. You could play Villa. You're going to get a tough game. You could play, as well as Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City as well. In France, you don't have that. So in theory, Qatar have done an excellent job at PSG. Excellent job at PSG. Because growing up, during the 90s, late 80s, supporting football, PSG were underachievers, the great underachievers, and now they're successful. At the end of the day, Malaga were a tough ship to basically bring up. Malaga were a Liga Segunda team, of course, for many, many years before they moved into La Liga. They were not always a great team. But to be honest with you, that is a different entity in Qatar. Qatar, different people from Qatar purchased Malaga, not what we're talking about, of course, purchasing Manchester United, who have great money. And those people who have been to Qatar, who have seen Qatar Airport, Hamad Airport, £10 billion airport, who think they don't have the money. They spent $10 billion on an airport. You know what I mean? And if you go to Qatar and you see these places, the rebuilding, everything, honestly, as a European, as a British man, it's embarrassing what they're building. Embarrassing. You know what I mean? You look at what Jim Ratcliffe's planned, it's embarrassing. It is. And, we're trying to sugarcoat a turd at the end of the day. Absolutely. Shah Alam, could Frimpong be used at Man United to generate interest in Trent leaving? I personally think that Liverpool's perfect signing this summer is Frimpong. And I've said it, as soon as I saw that Trent Alexander-Arnold has announced that he's leaving Liverpool, I knew straight away, there's our chances of Frimpong gone down significantly low. That's our chances of Frimpong gone down significantly low because they're going to want, Frimpong. Frimpong is the best right wing back, right full back, right winger. One of the best in Europe at the moment, in regards to what he's done for Leverkusen in a short period of time, of course, guys, as well. So it is very, very interesting, going forward with that. Definitely very, very interesting with that. Now, a little bit other news, guys, in regards to Tyler Dibbling. Now, look, guys, Tyler Dibbling. Tyler Dibbling is, of course, a Southampton player. And the thing with Tyler Dibbling is now that there are a significant number of teams, 14 Premier League teams are interested in Tyler Dibbling, right? 14 Premier League teams are interested in Tyler Dibbling. They include Manchester City, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Chelsea are interested in Tyler Dibbling, right? Now, outside of that, you've got the likes of Leipzig and Bayern Munich, who are also interested in Tyler Dibbling. Now, how much truth you put onto this, you lay onto this is a different story, to be honest with you. But the price tag is going to go up. And yesterday, there were ridiculous quotes about Tyler Dibbling being valued at £100 million. Yeah. Oh, but Garnacho's 50 million, isn't it? And Tyler Dibbling is 100 million, of course. You know what I mean? One is an Argentinian international at 20, one's just an under 21 player. You know what I mean? And you know what I would say is that it is ridiculous if those rumors are true in regards to Tyler Dibling. It is ridiculous, but there is interest from all quarters of the globe in regards to him. He's a quality player. He's a high talented player. Is he worth 100 million? He's not even worth a quarter of that. He's a 20 million pound player, 25 million pound player. At the end of the day, that is what I'm saying. So he has not got Southampton by the doldrums and the trenches and brought them up the league, has he? You know what I mean? They are relegated, basically. You know, so, I mean, this is why I say that Man United need to look further afield. They need to look at South America and things like that a bit more, because these players, British players in particular, are always going to be overpriced, overvalued, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? And I would say that, you know, if those rumors are true about 100 million, Man United are not going to pay 100 million anyway. We know Man United are not going to do that. So there's no point even thinking about that. Man United are not going to make that signing if it's worth that. I don't think I don't think they're going to value him at 100 million. I think that is just sensationalist headlines out there. You know, these headlines that they just create a spark and stuff like that. I think probably he will go for 40 to 50 million. And even that much money for Tyler is a lot of money for Tyler Dibling. I'm not discounting he's a talented player, but that much money for Tyler Dibling is too much, in my opinion, guys. Absolutely. Of all the priorities, though, and us being broke, right, big priority, we need a striker winger, at least two midfielders, with Eriksen leaving arguably. Yeah, we need a wing back. Without a wing back, we can't play Ruben Amorim's system. I don't rate Dalot at all. I think Dalot's been very disappointed this season. You're absolutely right, Zaid, in regards to we need a midfielder. Right wing back is a priority because the right wing back is everything of a Ruben Amorim system. If you look at Sporting Lisbon, the most important part of his team was the wing backs. You know, and that will add well-needed balance and creativity from both those sides, because when you have the overlapping runs, Dalot is not good at the overlapping run. And this is why we're not scoring enough goals. The balance is not there. So a right wing-back is extremely important for Man United. Man United got Mainu. Man United got Ugarte in midfield. Man United got Collier in midfield, right? Man United got Euro in defence. Man United got De Ligt in defence. Man United got Mazrui in defence. Man United got Licha in defence. Man United got Maguire in defence. They haven't got a right wing-back. Yes, they need a striker as well. I agree. Maybe a number 10 as well. And this is what it is. Right wing back is extremely important for Manchester United at the moment. I would say a priority for Man United, given Ruben Amorim's system. We need that right wing back, of course. Smash the light speed. Thank you, Sharp. Thank you very much, my friend. Big up yourself. Basically... Zaid, are you worried about the Chelsea to return Banjo to us that we end up using him as a right wing back as a oh god blimey Zaid, bro? I am a little bit concerned, and the biggest problem I have about this deal, right, is that I thought an obligation meant an obligation. It's really not an obligation, is it? When things like this happen, you know, when players can be sent back for pennies, you know, what better? I mean, come on. 5 million. You know what I mean? They can send him back. They can break up a contract for 5 million. It shouldn't be that. An obligation should mean an obligation. That's what it should be. And us to bring Sancho back, I don't want Sancho. I don't want Sancho. F Sancho. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Because, you know, Sancho took it upon himself in a difficult period of the season with Erik ten Hag to write a tweet on Twitter and leave it there for 2 weeks, not only bringing Erik ten Hag into disrepute, he brought the club into disrepute. And most importantly, he disrespected the fans, right? At a time that we needed him. We needed him, and he did that, right? Disgusting from him. Unforgivable. There's some things more important than just playing football. There's morality. There's things like that I believe in as a Man United fan. You know, as a legacy supporter like me, who's been a fan for 40 years, you know what I mean? I think that, you know what, I don't want Sancho anywhere near Man United. I really don't. And I don't think Ruben Amorim will want him near Man United either. And I think that a lot of these people who want him back are just want him back for sinister reasons. He's not good. He's good in Bundesliga, maybe. Now, Sancho, the other day was talking about going to Dortmund. He wants to be transfer listed and going to Dortmund. Do you really think he's in a position to pick the team he wants to sign for? Look, if he wants to sign for Dortmund, why don't he take a huge pay cut? Because that is the only reason that Dortmund are going to buy him. You know, their brother. at the end of the day. That is what it is. I mean, money talks at the end of the day. They disowned you. They abandoned you, mate. They didn't want you because of your money requests. My God, can you imagine? Yeah, Darren, exactly, mate. Right wing back. My goodness me, we'll be lucky for Sancho to cover the 3 inches of the field if we're lucky, let alone the whole bloody side of a pitch. No chance at all. I mean, can you imagine Sancho sprinting back and making a killer tackle and then getting that ball and sprinting back up the field like Ryan Giggs used to do? Who remembers those days? Like Ryan Giggs used to do? Absolutely not. Sancho, man. He's slow. It's so slow. Who knows what's going to happen? Good morning, Gray. What's going on, my friend? Big up yourself. Hope you're doing, brother. Please don't hit the like. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day, Gray. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good, my friend. Hope you're good, of course. Jonathan, what's going on, mate? Are you good? The man who turned PSG off the field fortunes around now sits on United's board. Yes. Not on the field. It was more or less off-field issues. Yeah. He sits at United's board. And hopefully, Jonah Tech, hopefully, he turns Man United's fortunes around. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to come on this stream, to have a successful Manchester United, to have a team that's thriving, to have us up the league next season, guys? I pray that we have no more toxicity and Man United move up that table and we're, you know what, a lot more positive. It'd be great to see the community here, like what we'd be like. We'd be ecstatic. We're ecstatic without success, but look at us. Imagine we were ecstatic, of course. Did you see quotes the other day said OG needs are better with Ineos not making decisions to Europa? That's a major red flag in my opinion. Zayed, man, you're right, man. At the end of the day, bruv, look. I'm not a guy that deals with exclusives, absolutes and things like that. I deal with things and by the look of things. And I would urge everyone, and I know it's going to be swept under the carpet, I would urge everyone to check out the 99 questions given to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And very telling questions, all right, about Sheikh Jassim Hamid, the quotes about him not existing. At the end of the day, guys, I know he exists, right? I do know, right? Because I've got exclusives for you. And basically, not having the money, they can build a 10 billion airport, but they ain't got the money. And and things like that. Do you know what I mean? And guys, a guy who looks on the floor, right? A guy who's like this, looks at the floor and doesn't look you in the eye. Do you trust a guy like that? Anyway, but you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. We have what we have. And I hope that in the summer, they can go out there and they can shine a light around, and bring Man United into some form of positivity and, zealousness at the end of the day. But I doubt it's going to happen. Big up, shout along, big up, Grayo. I generally hate people sending all these nasty comments about Ugarte. I generally don't know what's wrong with these people. Kenny, you know what I would say? Ugarte is a fantastic player. I want to say this right now. A fantastic signing, a fantastic player. As we know, Kenny, you were here. We were talking all summer about Ugarte. What a great player Ugarte is. His tackle record, his ball recovery record is the best in Europe, etc. We were talking about that all summer, weren't we? Now, as soon as he has a little bit of an off game, people want to jump on him. Mainly because of people who have agendas. That is the way people are. Unfortunately, people have agendas. A lot of them support other players. Their best players are playing in their position, or they want to bring light onto other players. You know what I mean? And there are players. There are people in this community who just support one player. There are people who are diehard Dalot fans. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't let anything bad be said about Dalot, even though he's been very disappointing this season. And they would attack someone like Ugarte. It's a bit like the ex-pros attacking De Ligt, saying De Ligt is slow. For me, De Ligt has been the best defender in the Premier League this season. I know he's not going to be rated as that because the way Man United are in the league, 13th in the league. But in regards to his tackle rate, his recovery, as a signing, his first season in England, I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. I think I've seen Vidic, I've seen Stam, I've seen Pallister, I've seen Bruce, I've seen Johnson, I've seen Berg, I've seen all these players play for Manchester United, and De Ligt is that guy. He's that guy, and he's going to be a fantastic player. As is Euro, as is Mazraoui. He's been absolutely phenomenal as well. These players are what I like, you know what I mean, as Manchester United, of course. Big up, Kenny. This Russo female striker from Arsenal annihilated our midfield. Big up Russo, by the way. Yeah. Guys, does anyone think that Arsenal are going to defeat Real Madrid over 2 legs? Really, let's be realistic here, guys. Does anyone honestly think that Arsenal are going to defeat Real Madrid over 2 legs? You never know. You never know what happened, but you know what? I wouldn't want it to be happen at the end of the day. Kenny, Liverpool favourites to sign for United need to act quicker. Absolutely, Kenny. You snooze, you lose, isn't it? You snooze, you lose. If you do not get the job done, just like Quenda, you will lose out on the player. You have to move quickly. Man United have to move quickly. Man United have to strike some kind of deal with Leverkusen. They have to do something, whether it's a gentleman's agreement, whether they put a deposit down on him. Something needs to be done. Because you know what? We're going to lose him to Liverpool. And Liverpool need Frimpong. The first name that came to my head, as soon as Trent left Liverpool, I was like, Frimpong. They're going to go after Frimpong. You know, and you know what? At the end of the day, goodness me, we don't want to play ping pong, excuse the pun, with Liverpool. So we need to get this deal done, because Liverpool going to be in the Champions League this season. Liverpool going to be the champions. It hates me to say it. It pains me to say it. Liverpool going to be the champions. Liverpool going to be in the Champions League next season. Liverpool are an attractive proposition. You know what I mean? From the outset, I personally believe Man United will be back. I know it might sound overly zealous and delusional, whatever you want to say, but I personally believe Man United will be back. But Liverpool, you know what, at the moment are where they are, and it's attractive to any future players going to that football club. But what I would say is that Man United, if they act quickly, if they try and persuade, the art of persuasion, we got we got Barada, we got Wilcox, we got Vivel there. So at the end of the day, if we got these people there, maybe all the money that they're being paid, we can persuade Frimpong to sign for Man United, of course. Tyler Diblin, 100 million, for goodness sake. If Tyler Diblin's worth 100 million, I'm worth 100 million, for goodness sake. Come on, man. It's getting ridiculous. Some of the price tag, do you know what I mean, on these players is getting absolutely pathetic. It makes you laugh, doesn't it? They take Man United. It's not the fact that Southampton are going ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. No one is going to pay 100 million for Tyler Dibling. If they paid 100 million for Tyler Dibling, I would say they're they're absolutely off their head, off their nut, if they pay that money for him, and they won't pay that money for him. Tyler Dibling will go for about 40 million euros, I believe. Trust me. He will go for about 40 million euros, going up to about 50 million with incentives. It'll be about that price, to be honest with you. If anyone signed Tyler Dibling, even if it was for 60 million euros, I would say that is disgusting. That is disgusting. Southampton are getting relegated. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So I think it'd be a lot less. Absolutely. Liverpool linked with Guevara, a lot of probably will go for his ex-player. It'll be cheaper. I heard a lot of things in regards to Liverpool, but they are interested in Frimpong as well. You can be interested in more than one. Man United are interested in Fernandes of Braga. Man United are interested in Wesley in Brazil. So you can be interested in more than one player. So you can have your favorite player, and you can have other players underneath the conveyor belt of players that you want. Frimpong has alerted Liverpool, and they have spoken to his agents. They've spoken to his entourage. Man United have also done the same. So it depends what happens. If Man United sign Frimpong, I'd be delighted. I think it'd be brilliant. It'd be brilliant for Man United. You have Dorgu on one side, Frimpong on the other side. We'll have the 2 attacking wing backs. Brilliant. That would be fantastic, of course. Big up Fanatic 8. What's going on, you legend? I hope you're doing well. Monis out, everyone. 100 million is wild, if true. It's wild. Fanatic 8, I don't think it's true. I think it's sensationalist headlines. I just can't see how Tyler Dibling is worth 100 million. I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, in what world is Tyler Dibling worth 100 million? I mean, look who you can get in South America, around the world and stuff, for a fraction of the price. How is he worth 100 million? A guy who's not even capped internationally. What makes me laugh, right? What makes me laugh is that people want to value our players, our young players who are more proven internationally and at Man United, for 50 million, 60 million in regards to Garnacho, in regards to Ahmad, in regards to Mainu, but then Southampton want to value a player at 100 million. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Either Man United are extremely undervaluing our players, or Southampton are extremely putting Tyler Dibbling into an extortionate price tag. I mean, I think it's somewhere in between. I think Tyler Dibbling is worth no more than 40 million euros. That is a lot for me. That is a lot, right? And plus add incentives onto that or something like that after caps and things like that. That is it. An unproven player. It seems to me that these days, you just need a little bit of pace. You just need to be an athlete to be considered a great player. When you look at back in the day, right? When you look at players back in the day, Tyler Dibbling, is he any better than Theo Walcott? Is he any better than Aaron Lennon? Is he any better than those type of players who had pace, who were athletes? Do you know what I mean? But technically wise, weren't the best. We have to look at that. Do you know what I mean? We have to look at that. I'm not seeing Tyler Dibbling, even me, right? If I was to value Tyler Dibbling throughout the season, I would say he's a 20, 25 million player. It's a bit like Dorgu, a prospect. You know what I mean? And that's what I would say, 20, 25 million. If I had the choice to value a player, I'd say Tyler Dibbling, 20, 25 million tops. That's how much he's worth. Of course, Southampton will be relegated. Southampton will lose money. Southampton will be forced to sell him, but he won't go for anything less than 40 million euros, in my opinion. Even that is too much. Let's see what happens in regards to that. We've got Vavel now. Red Bull surely will have an eye for talent. If there was one who got Heaven, fair enough, and needs more of those. Yeah, I mean, Heaven was a fantastic signing, and we have to really give credit where credit is due. Heaven was a fantastic signing. Yoro is a fantastic signing. We have to look at that. Ugarte is turning out to be a fantastic signing. And there are players there that are looking pretty good as signings for Man. Dorgu looks like a fantastic signing. Fruits of their labor. At the end of the day, if they do well, it's only good for Manchester United, and I'm delighted. If they do well, I'm happy. If they sign players and they become world class, I'm happy. At the end of the day, we'll be laughing, won't we? At the end of the day, sometimes I feel like, right, Said, that it's better to buy a player, right, that is relatively unknown but turns out to be like really good, like Dorgu so far has turned out to be really good, than players that you buy for a lot of money, and then the pressure's already there already, and then the expectation is already there, and then you don't perform to the expected level that you expected him to perform, and that is a good point. Big upside. Who do you think Southampton? Who do Southampton think they are? They are going to get relegated. Which club will offer them? It's not true, Char. Look, Southampton be relegated. They're going to sell him for about 40 million euros. Trust me, mate. They're not going to sell him for 100 million. This is ridiculous headlines. I don't know where it came from, but you know what? This is sensationalist headlines. I have, guys, I have Ben Jacobs, the journalist, again, a friend of the show, on the channel on Monday. So, guys, I'll ask him, about Tyler Dibbling. I will ask him about Tyler Dibbling, and get your questions in for Ben Jacobs, of course, on Monday. He will be on the show on Monday, guys. So don't forget to join the show on Monday and put your questions forward, of course, to him. A great journalist, of course. Brilliant. One of my favorite journalists, Ben Jacobs, of course, guys. He will be on the show on Monday. Under Ahmad wouldn't go for 100 million, and he is 2 levels up. Absolutely, Darren. Garnacho, 50 million they were quoting, Darren. 50 million they were quoting for Garnacho. Garnacho's an Argentinian international at 20 years old. He's won trophies. He's won Man United trophies. He scored in FA Cup finals. You know what I mean? And look, you know what? 50 million they were saying. So Tyler Dibbling's worth double what Garnacho is worth. Unbelievable. Oh my God. I cannot fathom how this is even possible, guys. Absolutely not. Shah, Ahmed at right wing back, Trincao on the right side. Could happen, Shah. Could happen. Trincao's a good player, of course. Ruben Amorim loves him. Ruben Amorim loves the player. And if Ruben Amorim likes the player, I like the player. And let's see what happens there. Defensively, I don't know about Ahmed, as a wing back. I would much prefer Ahmed in an attacking third in the squad as an attacking player. But if we don't sign a wing back, obviously we got Ahmad, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Shah, Ahmad is not injury prone. Fingers crossed, Ahmad is not injury prone. I'd rather play Ahmad at right wing back. Forwards are more exciting to buy anyway. Yeah, the forwards are the ones who excite people and stuff like that. It's just I'm not sure about Ahmad playing on that side, especially his injury record at the moment. He's got a pretty poor injury record. Let's not forget, guys. His injury record is a bit mad right now. You know what I mean? Kenny, Sancho wouldn't even track back. Sancho track back. Goodness me. Sancho couldn't track back if he forgot his bloody shoes at home. If he was just outside the door, he wouldn't open the door and track back and get his shoes on. Sancho's a lazy player. He's one of the most laziest players I've ever seen. Absolutely. Dan, I hope Jadon Mandela scores a hat-trick and gets 7 out of 10 from now on until the end of the season, so Chelsea will trigger his obligation. I mean, I'm annoyed by this obligation. You know, what kind of obligation is this? You know what I mean? This is some sort of teddy bear obligation. Some, okay, you can have him. Go on, you can have him for. But if you don't want him, just let us know, and you can just give us a little bit of money, and you can have him back. Thank you very much. Sancho earns bloody 5 million. How long does it take Sancho to earn 5 million? How long, guys? Come on, 300 grand a week. They're gonna recover that money in a flipping couple of months. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's annoying. I mean, an obligation should mean an obligation. That is what it should be at the end of the day. Zaid, who do you think is funding the Magic New Stadium? Good old British taxpayer. That's who. I think who's funding the Man United? If I'm being serious, who's funding the Manchester United Stadium? And that is the question that needed to be put forward to Jim Ratcliffe by Gary Neville, wasn't it? Which wasn't put forward. That was one of the 99 questions. Sound like Jay-Z. 99 questions, but a winning team ain't one. Absolutely. That was one of the 99 questions there. Now, if I was to be a guessing man, if I was to play devil's advocate, I would say that sponsorships will pay. The naming rights of the stadium will pay. Infrastructure, obviously, regeneration of the area. We are going to get hotels. You're going to get restaurants and fast food chains and stuff like that. Going to pay for the stadium. Lots of things, you know, lots of these little bits and bobs that are going to pay for it, if I was a guessing man. But obviously that question from conflict of interest, Gary Neville, should have been put forward to Jim Ratcliffe, in my opinion. Big up, Darren, my friend. Big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well, of course. Big up, big up. Dillit for 30M was a bargain. People forget to take a pay cut. I mean, Dillit is what we need, Said. You know, I was talking yesterday about personalities. It's not just about, you know what, the player is a household name. He's a great player, this and that and that. It's also about personality. It's also about his lifestyle, what he eats. What he drinks, what is he married? Is his personal life stable and stuff like that? And I think he's been an absolute bargain because he wanted to play for Manchester United. And you know what? 38 million, what a bargain. How much did we get Mazraoui and Dillit for? I mean, at the end of the day, you have to praise that. You have to praise that. And you have to say that was a very good bit of business. Mazraoui and Dillit. Brilliant business at the end of the day. Absolutely. I love Dillit, but best defender in the Premier League this season. I disagree, but maybe top 10. I disagree with you, Shah. Politely disagree. I think he's been top 3 defenders of the season. In regards to the absolute horror show that he's been brought into for his first season, I think he's been brilliant. And I think if he played for Liverpool, if he played for Man City, if he played for any of those clubs, or if he played for Arsenal, he will be up there. He will be up there. I can see us losing both legs. Arsenal losing both. I agree. I mean, I can see it being 2-0 to Real Madrid at the Emirates. I can also see it being about 2-1 to Real Madrid in Bernabeu, something like that. Real Madrid will win comfortably, in my opinion. I don't want Arsenal to win, though. Absolutely not. Dillit, not a patch on Vidic, Ferdinand, and Stam, but he's been solid this season. Maybe future captain. No, he's not a patch on them. Absolutely not. But when you look at players at his age, and you look at his ability, I think he's brilliant. I would have been interested to see how Dillit would have fared in a Man United team under Alex Ferguson. Because people forget that when Vidic, Ferdinand, Stam, all these players walked into Manchester United during the Alex Ferguson period, Those players walked into a football club that was stable. Those players walked into a football club that was full of winners. Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, you know what I mean? Full of winners. It was a lot easier to settle down that time. To come into Man United now, right, in a time, and I have witnessed firsthand Vidic, Bruce, Pallister, you know, even before that, I'll go way before that. I witnessed Paul Parker and players like that. Do you know what I mean? Long time ago. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would say that it is very interesting to see how a player like De Ligt would have fared in a team like the Man United of the 90s. Because, you know what, people talking about, especially the ex-pros, they're talking a lot about back in their day, how it used to be in their day, blah, 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 and stuff like that. When they came into a very stable environment, a winning football team, you know what I mean, a stable manager, a manager been there years, you know, and we didn't have the Glazers, top of all, most of all. So it would have been very interesting to see. Terry will post Madrid are terrified of Arsenal. No doubt they'll get spanked to Terry Flewis is an Arsenal fan side. And I've said this a lot of times on this show. And I'll tell you why I know that is because, number one, a Man United fan don't continually, every single day, kiss Arsenal's arse. Basically, every single day, right? Number two, I lived in Leighton and he used to live up the road from me and he used to wear an Arsenal jersey. I know that. He's very well known, actually. Good morning, Revert 7, by the way. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Zaid, Arsenal robbed. Yeah, Arsenal robbed. You know what? It was the weather in Madrid. That's the reason they got knocked out. Dibbling under, no chance happening. Just the headline. Yeah, headline nonsense. I agree with that. So I think 40 million tops. Southampton are a Liverpool feeder club. Watch them sell him to them for 35 million. Yeah. Lallana, of course. Mane, of course, was another one that came from Southampton, as we all know. Henderson came from Southampton, as we all know. Yeah, yeah. There's been a lot of players that come from Southampton, Liverpool. They got a little deal going on there, haven't they? Definitely disgusting. Luke Shaw has been back more times than Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. I mean, at least Arnold Schwarzenegger could stand up. You know what I mean? Especially with those metal legs. Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? We'd rather have Arnold Schwarzenegger on the left back position than Luke Shaw at the moment because at least it's a body. Better having a body than no body. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Dividends contest at 2007 can play stupid all they want. Can play stupid all they want. I mean, and the thing is, Zaid, is that teams will be stupid if they pay that money. That is exactly what it is at the end of the day. Yeah. Liverpool are in the Kirkis. I like Kirkis. I'll spend 50 million. I like Kirkis side. I do like Kirkis. But we got Dorgu now. So I like Dorgu more. Frimpong would cost a lot though. Might be a bidding war. He's got I think he's got a buyout clause of 40 million, Revert 7, which is why he's going to be highly sought after, of course. I wonder if the media would say anything about Slot signing Dutch players. There was once a Dutch manager. Look, I'm really looking forward to this show. I'm really looking forward to Arne Slot losing Salah, losing these type of players and having to rebuild his team. Because at the moment, this is not his team. You know what I mean? He's gone in there, he's pressed play. That's it. That's all he's done. I'm looking forward to him rebuilding his Liverpool team. Let's see what a great manager he really is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. I mean, he's lost the final already, hasn't he? I mean, signing players. You know what I mean. Signing players from the Dutch league. Exactly, absolutely, exactly. Zaid. Yeah, we need Sancho to ball out in the Conference League, so he looks somewhat good. Leyton Orient are available. They could buy him if he wants to go Leyton Orient. Shah. I think Ahmad plays better as a wing back than a right side number 10. But yeah, I agree. The injury record is staying there. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's a natural right wing back. We need a natural winger wing back, in my opinion. Guys, I'm going to be controversial here. I like Ahmad, but Shah Alam makes a good point. I don't think he's a player that gets you into a championship winning side. Sorry, guys. I think he's a bench player. Sorry, guys. I think Man United need better. Sorry, guys. Absolutely. I think Man United need better. Almac, how come the Sancho break free is only 5 million? We paid 8 million. Absolutely. There you go, Almac. Because we are so incompetently owned back then. When they done the deal, that was so incompetent. It was unreal. It should have been obligation. No cutoff. You want him? No cutoff. You pay the money. And that's it. If you want to bring him back, you have to pay the full amount of money. That's it. What happens, guys? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In any walk of life, that's what happens. If you get something on loan, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you can't bring it back. You have to pay the full amount. De Ligt is a warrior. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Why can't we flog Deadwood Saudi like Liverpool did with Henderson and Fabio for 55 million? I don't know, Zayed, because we're run by dinosaurs and you know what they probably don't like? Arabs. That's what they probably like. You know what I mean? We're very, very badly run with sinister motives behind it. Tyber, I'm late, but good morning. Good morning, Tyber. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Roy Michael, I hope you're doing well. Good morning, Sal, and everyone. Sal, who would you pick from United's old school and this United side? Dennis Irwin was a great left back, but much respect to you. Big up respect to you, my friend. Who would you pick from United old school? What to play in this United team? All of them, mate. All of them, Roy Michael. All of them. Definitely, all of them. Absolutely. To pick and out of this team, who would play in that Man United team? No one at the moment. There are a couple of bench options, probably De Ligt bench, probably a couple of them. But you know what? Alex Ferguson used to make players look really good, didn't he, as well? Almag, if there was no PSR, do you think Glazers and Ineos would spend big? I don't think so. Me neither. They want the club to essentially break even in the long run. This is a passion project for them. This is not Almag. It's not. I'll tell you what a passion project is. A passion project is someone like the Chelsea manager. All right, the Chelsea owner don't know all about football. We agree with that. But at least he's putting the money where his mouth is. At least he's paying for play. He wants success on the pitch. He's proving it. He spent $1 billion on Chelsea, and some of those players are not even worked, and he's still spending money. That is someone who wants success on the football pitch. I don't think they want success on the football pitch. As I said, he's a liar. He's a manipulator, and I don't trust him. I really don't. Don't trust any of them. Grayo, those who are new to the channel, would you please smash the likes and subscribe buttons? Thank you very much, Grayo. You legend, of course. Thank you very much. Liverpool fans don't realise, but Slot winning the league in his first match in Klopp's Premier League in 9 years all along. Klopp wasn't all that like we are saying. I don't agree with that, Zaid. I don't. I think that Klopp would have won the league this season. I say that because there's no Man City. Arsenal are crap. Chelsea. This season is a unique season. And I think Klopp would have won the league this season. I do. He won the Champions League, let's not forget as well, for Liverpool. He won titles for Liverpool. He built that Liverpool side. Now, the most important thing to say in regards to Slot is let's see what he does when players leave. Let's see when he has to rebuild his team. Just not forget, Klopp had to rebuild that Liverpool team. Let's not forget that. Let's see what Slot does. I think Slot's extremely overrated. He was outplayed in the Carabao Cup final. He was outplayed in the Champions League. He's just been incredibly lucky that, the Premier League's been very poor this season. Let's be honest. Absolutely. Who in the squad is good enough to take us to win the league and Champions League? In my opinion, De Ligt, Euro, Bruno. That's it for me. That's for starters. I think Ugarte. I think he will turn out to be a very good player. Who knows? We've got a young team, Zaid. We'll have to wait and see how these players become. I'm liking Dorgu. I really am. I'm liking him. I like him very much. And I think there's a number of players. Yeah, there's not many, should I say, but there are players in the team that can take us to Champions League. But I don't think our attack can take us right now to the attack. I mean, an attack is very important. We need a more potency up front. LT, you legend, what's going on? Big up, Sal. Glad the international break is over, and I have a good feeling for the rest of the season. More players coming back from injury, and the players starting to play like a team. Absolutely, LT. Thank you for the comment, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream, you legend. Agree on our man, good player, but I don't think he is a world-class player or something. Our players expect a lot from him, but I personally don't think he's that level yet. I don't, and people need to remember before he got injured, he was not exactly smashing it, was he? None of them were, but he wasn't exactly what I remember, what I think is a good player, an attacking player. He just doesn't reach the levels for me. I'll be honest with you guys. I hope he proves me wrong. He just doesn't reach the levels for me. Absolutely not. Beef Bully, Sal, big up Tyborg legend. Sal, you're all right. Ahmed is back now. How did you know he come so quick? That's what she said. I would say that he worked hard, and fair play to him. Absolute fair play to him. PSR is a myth. If ambitious Forest has 6 points to Nation, absolutely. Brother, Zaid, you're spot on, mate. He who dares wins. He who dares wins. Do you think Chelsea care about PSR? Do you think Man City care about PSR? They don't care. It's just an excuse, isn't it? So, do you think Arsenal with a striker could win the league next year? No. No. They think they can, but I don't think they can. I think they'll go down. Not down, but they'll be lower next season. I think they will be lower next season. I think it's not only what's missing. I think there's a number of things missing at Arsenal. I think it's a mentality thing, of course. They'll have more chance if they get a quality striker. If they get Gutierrez in there, they'll have more chance, most definitely. If they get a prolific striker. I think what's missing from Arsenal is a Osman. I think Zubimendi will be a great signing for them, even though he didn't really impress for Real Sociedad. But I think that Osman is a good player for them. He would add strength up front. I think that is who they're missing. They're actually missing a Giroud sort of player, in my opinion. Someone like that, in my opinion, who can hold up the ball and bring other players into play, score goals and stuff like that. It's funny they got rid of him, isn't it? Sal, what a legend. You speak from the heart. You know your onions about football matters. Delit. What a fantastic player. God bless you. Thank you so much, Roy Michaels. You too, brother. Thank you very much for joining me. Absolute legend. Thank you. Zaid, yes, I agree. Slot is having Ten Hag's first season where he finished third. It's just that City and Arsenal are awful. Absolutely. This year, Slot's finished first instead of actual position third. No, at the end of the day, Slot deserves his call. And he deserves his congratulations for winning the league. But I just think that he's been very fortunate, in my opinion. He may prove me wrong. I hope he doesn't at the end of the day. That's what she absolutely. It's American owners, they lack ambition. Yeah, unless it's Bowley. Bowley is quite good. I mean, they've been lucky, Chelsea, haven't they, with Bowley, of course. Bowley. I heard that MNN was doing a player ratings of this season so far. They gave De Ligt a 5 and Maguire a 6. So if it was a British prize, okay, oh my God. Don't listen. One thing, don't listen to LT. I would urge you. Do not read MEN. Do not read Manchester Evening News. They have no clue about Manchester United. Absolute zero clue about Manchester United. Do you think Slot having an Everton season, but with a better squad, and City being crap and Arsenal being inconsistent? City being crap, Arsenal inconsistent and nowhere near. Chelsea rebuilding. You know, Aston Villa haven't even had a good season as that. They've had a free run to the league, guys. An open goal to the league. If it was Klopp in charge of Liverpool, he would have won the league. I'm telling you right now. If he stayed one more season, he would have won the league. Slot will not win the league next season, trust me. Bowie's a ticket tout. So absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a great show. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you guys could do that for me. It's been brilliant. Keep your notifications on and stuff like that. And all that business, all that sweet stuff. Please don't forget to subscribe again and smash a like. And don't forget, I'll be back later on. I'll be on someone else's channel. I'll keep you posted about that. So, guys, you can catch me anyway. So have a great day, great evening, great night. And guys, see you soon. It's getting close, isn't it? We've got to wait until Tuesday until Man United. Bloody hell, it's ridiculous. I'm back. Have a great day, guys. Have a great evening, night, wherever in the world. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. Take it easy. Peace.